Yo, what's up, sports bettors? I got 5 sharp player prop picks that you're going to want to go with on PrizePicks. So the way we're going to break down this video is very briefly, I'm going to explain how does PrizePicks work, then we're going to get into the picks. So the way that PrizePicks works is it's a pretty simple platform, right? They don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So any 5-pick entry you create, this is the payout you're going to get. Right? You go 5 for 5, you get a 10x payout. You go 4 for 5, 2x, 3 for 5, 0.4x payout. It doesn't matter if I change Bam to RJ Barrett, if I switch him to an under, we're getting the same payout. Right? So basically the way that PrizePicks tries to beat you is just assume, right? Assume you had no advantage. Assume you had no idea, is RJ Barrett going to go over or under 10.5 first half points? If you have no advantage, no edge, you're only going to be able to get these over-unders correctly 50% of the time, right? If you have no edge, no advantage, you're going to win 50% of your over-unders, you're going to lose 50%. But on PrizePicks, if you just take their payout for a 5 flex and back out what percentage of your picks do you have to win to be profitable, right? This is a fixed payout platform. So basically, all you have to do to make money on PrizePicks with these 5 flex plays is win over 0.25% of your picks, right? People, they add in so much BS, so much fluff, how to make money on PrizePicks, when the truth of the matter is all you have to do is win these over-unders correctly 54.25% of the time. So how do we do that? Well, the way you do that, the way you find player props winning over 54.25% of the time is you turn to the sports books. So typically the tool I start out on to find bets on PrizePicks is right here. It's called the OddsJam Positive Expected Value Betting Tool. I highly recommend watching this, introductory tutorial video. But essentially, the first player prop, for example, that I'm on is right here, is I'm on Kershaw under 8.5 strikeouts, right? So why do we like this play? Well, all we know, literally, all you have to do to beat PrizePicks long-term, no BS, is win over 54.25% of your player props. All you got to do, D'Angelo Russell over under 7.5 first half points. If you can win these over-unders correctly, 54.25% of the time or more, you're going to make money on PrizePicks. So what the OddsJam Positive EV tool shows you is just player props winning over 54.25% of the time on PrizePicks. And the way it does that is using sportsbook odds, right? So what you're going to see is for Kershaw, every single sportsbook, right? Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, DraftKings, Caesars, all these sportsbooks have Kershaw's under 8.5 strikeouts as the heavily favored outcome, right? Like Caesars has his under at minus 155, DraftKings minus 150. You can track the line movements here. So DraftKings actually moved from minus 110 down to minus 150. But long story short, every sportsbook has Kershaw's under, his under 8.5 strikeouts heavily favored, right? So this is a great player prop, a great bet to go with in your PrizePicks entry. All you have to do, PrizePicks is a platform, they don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So as a sharp sports bettor, we turn to the sports books and we say, okay, where are spots where sports books have an under or an over, right? It could be an under or an over, really heavily favored. So for Kershaw, you can get his 8.5 strikeouts line on PrizePicks. In all of the books, every single sports book has his under very heavily favored. Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker in the world, has his under all the way down at minus 170. They've moved his under from minus 112 to minus 170. Right? So all of the action is clearly coming in on Kershaw's under. The sportsbooks have ripped lines lower, right? His under is getting super favored. His under's all the way down at minus 170. Huge favorite on the sharpest bookmaker in the world, Pinnacle. So that's a great player prop to go with. So basically, you just want to find 5 picks like that. So the second pick I went with is right here, right? So in a tennis match, again, I don't care, right? If I'm betting on the MLB, I know the NBA playoffs is tomorrow. Go Lakers. Go Lakers. But regardless, I don't care if I'm betting on the MLB, tennis, whatever, wherever I can find value. So in this random tennis match, I don't know anything about these players, but the truth is it doesn't matter. It's already baked into the market, right? Like all public information is baked into the market. So many people, they do research on players, research. It doesn't matter. It's already baked into the market. Unless you think you're smarter than every other sports bettor, you should follow the data, follow the market, right? Because if you're just betting with your gut or you're looking at public information, like people will look at, oh, how many strikeouts did Kershaw have last game? Did he have 7? Did he have 9? Who cares? It's already baked into the market, right? If Kershaw had 10 strikeouts, 15 strikeouts, 20 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts in his last game, it's already baked into the odds, right? Like, these sports books, they set prices using all available information, and they take bets from all these different sports bettors, and they move lines. So why have all the sports books moved Kershaw's under to a huge favorite from -112 to -170? I don't know, right? Maybe the lineup changed for the Brewers, right? Maybe the Brewers changed around their lineup. Who knows, right? But clearly, all of the action is coming in on Kershaw's under. All the sportsbooks have ripped his under lower. His under 8.5 strikeouts is a lot more favored. And that's all you need to know as a sharp bettor. His under is very heavily favored. It's not just like there's one data point. You have all these sportsbooks. Every sportsbook has Kershaw's under super heavily favored. So that's a great bet to include in your PrizePicks entry. Because again, PrizePicks are not changing your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So you just want to find spots where sportsbooks, FanDuel, Pinnacle, whatever, have an under or an over really heavily favored. So in this case, in this tennis match, once again, it's the under. Pinnacle, FanDuel, they have the under very heavily favored. This is a great bet to go with in your PrizePicks entry. And then there's one more play I found on this, positive EV betting tool. So typically I just start out looking for picks on PrizePicks on this tool. So you can see Christopher O'Connell versus Alexei Popyrin. Here, all the sportsbooks have the over 22.5 games heavily favored. We want to take the over in our PrizePicks entry. So finally, what we can switch over is to this fantasy tool. So you're going to see it right here, Screen Fantasy Optimizer. And all this tool shows you is we know on PrizePicks, very simple platform, right? Take their payouts, back out what percentage of my picks do I have to win to be profitable. Is on PrizePicks, you got to win 54.25% of your picks to be profitable. So all this fantasy screen shows you, Bam, over half of a steal, is over 54.25% to win. This play is 54.6% to win, so over 54.25%. So this is a play that's a great bet to include in your PrizePicks entry. All the sportsbooks have Bam's over, right? Heavily favored, so this is a great play to include in our PrizePicks entry. So long story short, without further ado, my 6 picks on PrizePicks are Kershaw under 8.5 strikeouts. Again, right, just grabbing plays from the EV tool. I'm just showing you guys what I'm putting my own money on. Alexei Popyrin over 22.5 games in Christopher O'Connell versus Alexei Popyrin. Munar versus Kakanayas under 23.5 games. Right, just grabbing plays from the EV tool from the fantasy screen, and that's basically how I'm finding all these plays in this entry. So 5 picks, I apologize, to turn 400 into $4,000, following the market, finding value. 5 picks, I apologize, it's late, to turn 400 into $4,000. Let's make some money.